Hello, good evening. It's been a while that I've done a video about myself, right? So last year I was talking about my autism and that. Ever since last year, I was telling you about that I was diagnosed with autism from the age of 7. With with ADHD. I do sometimes struggle with concentration because when I do sometimes, I might get distracted for some reason and then go back to it and then forget what I was doing. And that doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes anyway. So, to the people of the world, right, I understand, it can affect people differently, which I very, very, very respect, right, of. I know I have a good heart, right, so I understand, so basically about myself, right, because this is about me, right, anyway, that, since, last year, I've been trying to keep myself busy, right, with my, autism and that, right. I am quite, intelligent. I don't say that I don't know everything, right, but, when you learn some yourself, right, it's like, I've been learning to play the ukulele since last year. I've sort of had a break, right, when I did my garden, which you might have saw when you might have seen before. But first, right, it was all a bit of a mess, right. I used to have a shed that had to be pulled down. It was like all damp inside and that, right. It was horrible. So when that got pulled down by a sledgehammer, but I had help, from a good friend of mine and neighbour as well. And, with a sledgehammer, because we had to borrow a sledgehammer from next door anyway. So, to take out the load in, it was quite hard though, because it was put, well together for some time. And as it got took down, I had to, put it all on the side, right, waiting to get, to go to the tip. And as soon as I did that, right, about a week or two later, I bought a ton of topsoil. You see, because after I'd done all that, I was creating a new garden. So I had to learn through YouTube of how to do a lawn. So anyone who wants to do a lawn, right, to try something new, different than that, it's worth doing, because it's like, first what you do is, you have to clear all the weeds out first, and then you have to, like, rake. So if you have stones in that, right, you got to make sure that it's all level, no lumps in that, right? And then you put all it's like, for me, for what I had to do, I had to put topsoil down first, rake it, with a rake. You better off using a soft one. The one I used, right, was the one type, you see, right? But it was okay in a way. It's straight, I suppose, from the look of it. And then once you know it's straight, like it's completely flat, I meant, right, no lumps and that. And then and then before you put your grasses down, you have to go over it about 4 or 5 times. When I say that, I mean you have to walk like a penguin. That's how I describe it, like a penguin, like shuffling the ball, right, up and down like zigzag way. And then when you've done that, right, to the end, you rake it again, and you repeat the same process over about 4 or 5 times. And then once you've done that, then you put the seeds down, and you do the same again. So you do it twice. So you do it before, and then once you put the grasses down, right, then you do a shuffling mode, and then you rake it again to make sure it's all level anyway. So that's what I had to do. And being autistic, right, I have managed to do that by myself. No help, just me on my own. And like Martin McFly said in Back to the Future, if you can put your mind to it, you can accomplish it, and it's true that. So it's like with music, like like in this world, right? There's so many forms of music, right? There's jazz, there's pop, there's classic, there's culture, there's rock, there's all sorts of stuff, right? But when you learn music, right, you have to pick what you like to learn. Like a mantra for me, right? I like to learn like sound. Like I learned a few riffs from Linkin Park, who one of my favorite bands that I like to listen to time to time. I like some like old music, like Johnny Cash and I like to who's a very who's a legend, right? For his way like Winds of Fire and San Quentin and Flops and Blues and Falls Salmon Blues, I think it's called, yeah, and so many. So that's sort of music, right? I don't know what type of music he plays, right? Like country rock and all sort of stuff, really. So like the moment for me, I'm learning to play ukulele. So I like to learn riffs. I like to I've learned a few songs which I learned. There's one from the Titanic called. I can't remember the top of my mind right now, but I do have it. I've written all the chords down on paper for me to learn and that. And then it's all on here, right? I think it is on my YouTube channel. Sometime last year when I put it on there. I don't know if I have done. I'm not too sure yet. But if you want to know the chords, then right, just go through my YouTube channel, right? And you find them all there from last year. So there's that as well, and there's some new ones as well, which I've been learning quite recently. There's I can't remember the top of the mind, right, because they're so fresh, see, right? So there's Imagine, from John Lennon, and there's that one. That's one of the new ones I'm learning now. It's quite long, but I can learn it. But but it will take time. And these are things I can do, right, to keep myself occupied, due to being autistic. You see, when I was 7 years old, you see, right, my mum, right, I found out wanted me to be diagnosed, but thought that I had autistic tendencies. But to be told, right, I am actually autistic because I have support do stuff with me right now. And I've had support for most of my life, like I went to school in Ripon, right, which I won't say anywhere, right, for a lot of reasons, right. I don't have any problems with the school, right, because I was there for 5 years, from 1994 to 2000, and it actually, I actually liked the school very much. It wasn't a day school, it was a boarding school. I was there for 5 years, and I learned, I did work experiences like horticulture and all stuff, right. And the school, right, it was for people who had learning difficulties. But it was about 22 years ago since I left. So, but I went on a lot of holidays, and I went to London, been to Wales once. I went to Ireland. I won't talk about that because something happened over there, and I don't want to talk about it. So I do apologise, but that's for me to know what happened then. But I just want to discuss it, that's all. And then I went to Centre Parks. I went to the one in Sherwood Forest, and then I went to the one in the north, Penrith. Well, outside Penrith, but yeah. and I actually enjoyed it there, and which I'm hopefully looking going back again this year. So that's fun. So at the moment, right, I'm waiting for when it's summertime. Again, the sun comes out, so I can do some more work outside. I need to maybe possibly buy some more seeds, because you see, because of the winter, you see, right, I need to grow some more seeds again. That, but hopefully, I may need to, but luckily, with all the rain and that, right, and the cold, the sun might, regrow the grass again. Because last year around September, I actually, that's right, around September, October time, I laid down the grass, right, and unfortunately it was right time, but not enough time to actually let the grass grow, to be honest. So hopefully the grass might grow better this year. So that's for me. That's for me to say at the moment, right? What I've been doing. I'm hopefully do some more music tomorrow as well. In the afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow. But at some point. But watch out, right? Anyway, I'll be doing some more videos again. Of my music and as well, and stuff I do on my TikTok as well. All me funny things that I do. So I'll say good night, to everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. But but I'll let you know what's happening. Okay then.